There is no shortage of opinion here, you know, especially about music, especially about Indian music. But let me say, you know, that the golden oldies, and let me also say that one of our earlier supporters here, in fact, a family by the name of Osman, Arif Osman, just called in and he said, that, you know, I'm supposed to give him a call, and I will try and call him. And the Osman family was one of the first and earliest supporters we had on KFAI way back, going back in the early 90s, and they were consistently supporting the program for many years. And it's good to see that they are still calling in to support the program.
That's great.
So that's really terrific. But the idea of music, you know, and a lot of people share this particularly about Indian movie music or Bollywood music, as some people would call it. They say that the golden oldies is a time, you know, the 40s, 50s, 60s, and even to the 70s, is a time of music when music was really melodious. The memories used to linger, and you used to be whistling those tunes, you know, on and on and on and on. They kind of seem to have an impact on your psyche, you know, and they seem to get into your brain. And how come modern music does not do that? You know, and that's a very, very true statement. I think that modern music, particularly ones that is coming out of India, like in the last 5 or 10 years, or certainly in the last 5 years, is very clearly more globalized.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see that it has become part rock, part Bhangra, part Indian classical, part whatever was left over out of. So it's become a mishmash and a hybrid, which is also very nice and very listenable. Don't get me wrong. But it certainly does not have the melody that was previously anchored by classical music tunes, you know.
Right.
And that's what's missing, you know. And the other thing that's missing is pretty significant, especially if you actually understand the lyrics. The lyrics in the old songs were significantly profound, you know. They were today's music lyrics are much less shallow, or I shouldn't use the word, but that's what I think that they are. They do not have the depth and the profoundness of sense of being. You know, the poetry isn't exactly as powerful as it used to be. Because what is happening is that the producers of movies are dictating to the lyricists and the musicians to produce music and to do the lyrics that is very, very significantly interesting, you know, for sellability of the movie, rather than for sellability of the song or the sellability of the music or whatever else. And so consequently everyone is gravitating towards this agglomerization, as I call it, where the music of the people who are going to watch the movie is from the Middle East, from Russia, from Africa, from Britain, from India, from Pakistan, from Afghanistan, from the Far East, as well as the North Americans. Well, when you have such a large collection of people that are your audience, you're going to have to produce a globalized music scenes in order to accommodate everybody's interest and everybody. In doing so, you lose the innate nature of your own classically based tracks, and that's what's going on. That's what I think, anyway.
No,
I haven't written a PhD on it yet, but I was thinking
no,
about
but you've
it.
been involved with music and producing this show for nigh on 20 years and have this collection, and you're actually a music aficionado who has this extended collection, so you're knowledgeable about it. But I think that's one of the strengths of KFAI and of Sangam is that you can get a variety of stuff. You can get the globalized, you know, stuff in music that's commercially packaged, and you can also get the music that is produced by independent artists who are focused on art per se. And you have the volunteers who bring this music, such as Mukhtar and Rajib and I and Shashi and others, and even in the other programs that KFAI has, who listen to a variety of music, not just one thing that comes out over the commercial airwaves, and can make our listeners aware of all the different types of musics that exist. And that's, wouldn't you say that's a very good reason to support this station and this program, is having access to music in its multifarious forms. And if that being the case, what would be the number that they would call to say, hey, you know, we get it?
612-375-9030. Rupees accepted, dollars much more welcome today.
Yep.
That's right. Or euros even will do. But
Yep.
But Rajib, talking of artists and music, you brought a couple of pieces.
Yes.
Tell us this first song. Who was that by?
The first song is by Rajib. Her stage name is Mithila. She's a very well-known artist in Bangladesh.
She
And
actually lives here in the Twin Cities.
that's correct. In that next track, she and her husband, Mr. Tasan, they both collaborated on it, and it's a very nice piece from the movie called Third Person Singular Number by Mustafa Sarrafarki, who has an obsession with making movies with numerical digits.
Okay. All right.
And anyway, the name of the song is Oguchore. I hope I pronounced it right. And it has a really nice tune, and it was very well received in Bangladesh.
And I'd like to point out to our listeners that it's interesting that the program Sangam here on KFAI, it makes this connection. It makes the connection between what is playing in different parts of the world, and sometimes the artists are living right here.
That's right.
And we can actually, we're planning on interviewing Rafiat very soon, like in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and you'll be able to hear part of that. So Sangam is a program that brings you not only the music, but it also gives you access to the artists in terms of interviews, and we do a little bit of literature as well. So it's a package, and if you like that sort of thing, and I know that a lot of people do, because you know, I talked with them and they mentioned that. Please give us a call at 612-375-9030. We would very much appreciate it, and as I mentioned earlier, some of the people who are on the phones who are waiting for your call are artists themselves. So here's a chance for you to call in and talk to those folks, and actually to get involved with the program and become an artist. So maybe you're already an artist who wants an outlet for her or his programming, or you'll develop into one. When you join KFAI, you become part of this community, and you can come in and volunteer to do different things as well. So again, 612-375-9030, and next, now we have this song by Mukhtar.